Hello everyone, this is Candy the 614 Stitcher, and today is Monday, August the 12th, 2024, and this is my Flosstube episode number 126. I would like to say hello and welcome to any new subscribers, or if you have just been checking me out for a time or two, hopefully you will stick around and allow me to enable you with a project or two. And to my returning friends, thank you so very much for coming back each and every time that I upload a video. I have been quite busy over the last 2 weeks. Right now, the 2-week schedule is working out pretty well for me. So that's where I've been. I have been stitching the Summer Olympics like a whole lot of other people that I've seen. I have fallen off from posting, but I have been trying to keep up as best as possible. And now I'm ready for August and all that it entails. I will be leaving to go on an extended vacation. Tomorrow, I'll be going on an Alaskan cruise, which I am looking forward to. I'll be with Miss Shelia and Miss Margaret and Kathleen of Snickerdoodle Stitches. I have been really anticipating this vacation. It has been very exciting leading up to it, and so it is just one more thing that I never thought that I would ever do. Going to Alaska to me is a once-in-a-lifetime adventure, and so I'm very much looking forward to it. It is going to be quite different. The weather there is probably 20 degrees cooler than what it is here, but you know, it's Alaska, and so I'm prepared for it. I have my July stats that I'll be sharing with you. I have a new start since the last time we were together. My whips, I do not have any finishes. I have a few investments, and I'm going to be sharing with you what I'll be taking with me on my trip. So we can go ahead and get started. For my July stats, I stitched 24 out of 31 days. I had 4 new starts. I had 1 finish. I worked on 9 whips, and I stitched a total of 8,212 stitches, with the most being stitched on Purple Rain, which was 2,030 stitches. When I last on my last video, I had mentioned that I was 15 stitches away from having 2,000 stitches into Purple Rain for the month of July. And then my friend Carolyn sent me a message and was like, for the love of God, please put in 15 stitches so you can have 2,000. And I did that the next day. It was still July. And so I put in those, I actually put in 45 stitches. And that brought the total to 2030. So thank you very much, Carolyn, for, you know, pushing me to get those extra 15 stitches in. I am so amazed, at looking at Purple Rain that I was able to get that many stitches in 1 month. So maybe next year, for Tour de France, I will set my own goal, instead of going with the like 1,500 stitches or whatever it is. It was very, very inspiring for my own self to have that many stitches in on a project in 1 month. I literally started on the 1st and stitched all the way through. So it was very, I was very pleased with my progress. I'm sorry, I'm super thirsty. So those are my stats for the month. So now I'm going to go ahead and start for my my new start. Sammy J had a birthday, and it was, she is Sammy J Stitches here on Flosstube and Instagram, and her birthday was August the 3rd. And for her birthday, she asked, they were having a, what did I do with it? They were having a Carolyn Manning start-along. Oh, here it is. In the back, where it's not supposed to be. They were having a Carolyn Manning start-along, and I participated in it. And I started thistles, which I have been looking at this for a long time. These colors really speak to me. And so I started this project on a 20 count Ada, and the color is platinum, and I was able to get in 163 stitches for this project. So I put in the first 3 diamonds. So I still need to get in like 37 more stitches so that I can have my 200 start. I put in, for those of you that are new, when I have a new start, I work to put 200 stitches in so that it'll be a good start for me. And that is where I am with that. I have all the threads. It's very, 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 these are like some of my favorite colors. As most of you know that have been here for a while, I am a purple fanatic. But I like greens and fuchsia and all of the other colors too. So that is my new start for this month. So far, new start. That's my new start so far for this month. Okay, so now let's move into the whips. So I'm going to just give you, I was going to try to do the whole breakdown of the Summer Olympics, and I can, sort of. But some of these go for more than just one project, so it's going to be difficult for me to like go back and figure out which ones were which. But and I already showed, so like, yeah, I'm just going to show you my whips and I'll go through them. So I stitched for something related to summer. I worked on, I'm afraid this is going to fall over and then I'm going to be, okay. I worked on Flea Market Flowers by Lori Holt. And here's a picture of where it was when I last shared it. And here is where it is now. So I added, I almost made it all the way around. I added 244 stitches to this. If you recall, this is a restart for me. I am now stitching it 25 count over, using one thread over one thread, so that it'll be smaller in size. And so this was for Related to Summer. And I also used it for our friend's birthday stitch that we had in August, or at the end of July, sorry. So that is where it is now. And I have no immediate plans like for how long this is going to take for me to get done. I'm just going to keep working on it. Believe it or not, which I'm sure a lot of you are already probably doing the same, I'm thinking about ways that I can change up my stitching style for 2025. So we'll have to see. Some of these larger projects, I need to put more time into it. So the next whip that I worked on was related to swimming, and it was stitch on something with water. And that was Surf and Sand. And this is in the Just Cross Stitch Magazine 2020 from August 2020. And I am stitching this so far right here. And here's a picture of where it was when I last shared it. And here is where it is now. So I was able to get in a lot of this darker blue. I put in 158 stitches on this, and it is basically here and then down, and a little bit down here also. Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's my telltale right there. So this is coming along nicely also. It will probably go on my year of whips for next year. Although it's been nice using it for when I need something with water. So I am stitching this on a 28 count. Mystery from my stash, and I'm using the Call for DMCs. Okay, my next project was for the Olympic rings and cycling, and I also used it as my oldest whip, even though it's not really my oldest whip, but I was in a groove and could not turn it loose. And that is Data Portraits in Paris. It was just so fitting. I am so glad that Athena of Stitching Goddess Designs mentioned this chart to me, because because the Olympics was in Paris, it just worked out so well for me to stitch on this project. And here's a picture of where it was when I last shared it. And here is where it is now. I can't even begin to tell you what all I have done in this. I have put in, since the last time I shared it, I've put in 1,763 stitches on this. So I know that one of the prompts called for something in a circle. So I put in these here. All of this is new here. I'm almost sure that this also is new. I am almost at the bottom. So I have some more over here to put in. Just a couple of things to put in over here. I have and more to put over here. And then there's two large motifs down here at the bottom that I still need to get in. This is on my focus. It like went right out of my head. On my year of whips to finish this year. This is by Shaded Stitchery. She has a Gumroads account, although she will be at presenting at Needlework Marketplace, I think is the way. So please get in touch with your LNS, ONS, and purchase some of her patterns. She has come out with some wonderful charts, and this is one of them. It's very geographic. It is the work that was presented in Paris by W.E.D. Du Bois on the economic, I don't want to say plight, but the economic state of African Americans in the 1900s. And it is one of my favorite pieces. Okay, sorry, I'm like trying to make sure I get everything back in its proper bag. Okay, so that was a lot of the Stitch the Summer Olympics. So the next one was the 1 Dozen Quaker, and I used it for beach volleyball and rowing. And that was my 1 Dozen Quakers. By Rosewood Manor. And here's a picture of where it was when I last shared it. And here is where it is now. As you can see, I have made it down the side and I have clipped the corner. I am going to have to move the nurge. I had wanted to order a bigger nurge for this project. This is a number 3 and I need a number 4 so that I can put the whole project in there. So when I come back from my vacation, I'll be ordering a new nurge hoop because I want to put it in there and just leave it. So since you've seen it last, I added the number 11, the number 6, the number 4, and this bottom motif here. And I also brought the side down and came around. This is a stitch along that is being hosted by EJ of the Sunshine Stitchers, and I am participating. It is not too late for you to join. It is a 13-month SAL, with the December month being the catch-up month. However, we have had people start. One of my friends, Kathleen, she started just last month at Stitch New Jersey. So it'll be interesting to see how far she's come since it's been a couple of weeks. I am using several different flosses on this, all in various shades of purple. And I am stitching it on a 46 count mystery fabric by Color and Cotton. So that is where I am on it. I am so pleased with my progress on it. I am on track to finish it in December. I would really like to try to finish it in the end of October, the beginning of November, because I have not put in the over one stitching, and I would like to try to put it in if at all possible. I have looked for some threads, and I have some threads that have been suggested to me, so I need to work on getting the over one done. I am a little tiny bit ahead, and so I want to stay ahead. I actually put in, for 1 dozen Quakers so far this month, I've put in 632 stitches. So I am moving right along and keeping a good pace with that. The next project I worked on was for the Olympic Village, and here's where I start falling off, and I just started stitching what I wanted to stitch, because I was just like, okay, I need to get into a better headspace with everything that's going on. Every day I just started stitching. Matter of fact, I stitched on 1 dozen Quakers for 4 days straight. So the next project I worked on for the Olympic Village was Home of a Needleworker, and the prompt was stitch on a piece with a house or a building. This is on my year of whips, so I picked it up. And here's a picture of where it was when I last shared it. And here is where it is now. So as you can see, I put in a few more letters on needlework. I almost got the R in, but for the bulk of my stitching that day, I worked on the house. I got the windows outlined. This is going to be great for fill-in stitching. I have the windows in. I literally put in 635 stitches on this, with the bulk of that being in the house. So now I have positioned it for great fill-in stitching. As you can imagine, it'll be going with me on my trip, because I have been able to get like all of the windows put in. The door has been put in. There's a little piece under here, but that is where it is right now. And I am using the called for Classic Colorworks and DMC. For the house, I did not have the old blue jeans that it called for, so I'm using 341 for that. Okay, and my next whip is actually my Whip Go call for this month. It was chosen by Fawn of Sanctum Stitching. And it is the Bee Queen by Tawny Modernist. I didn't turn my phone off. And here's a picture of where it was when I last shared it. And here is where it is now. So I have added her entire, her entire face and her neck. I put in her crown. I still need to add the little bee here and the little, there's something up there at the top also. I am stitching this on 28 count, 1/1. I'm stitching this 1/1 on 28 count with a variety of silk threads. It is a color conversion by Miss Susan at Keepsakes. This was started last year when I was on retreat at the Silver Needle. And that is where she is now. I have her, I have added 649 stitches to her. And my Whip Go goal is 700 stitches. So I only have, you know, another 50 stitches to put into her for the month. And then she will be put away for a little while. I am truly enjoying working on this. I was a little skeptical. I'm still trying to get you to be able to see her. The skin complexion is darker. I really truly enjoy it. I went through a lot of trial and error with stitching the skin. But it has turned out fabulously, and I'm glad that all the skin is done except for her hands, which I'm thankful for. So it'll be a while before I'll have to do skin again, because I am, because the silk was so thick, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The silk was so thick, I literally took... it was a 2-ply silk, and I literally took the 2 plies apart and stitched with 1 ply, which was like stitching with lint. It was so fiddly, but the skin looks absolutely gorgeous. I have never been one to want to do 1/1 skin on anything, but the more that I put in, I literally cut the skin, I cut the silk out, and re-added it back in, with taking the 2 plies apart. I do not suggest that to anyone. I had to use extremely small lengths of floss to do that, but it just looks so much better than what I was seeing before I changed it. I do not recommend you taking apart silk floss to stitch anything over 1. That's just what I did, and you know, it worked out for the best, but I do not recommend it, and I will never do it again. Never do it again. I will never do it again. I'm going to have to do it on her hands just so that her hands will match her face. But I will never do that again. So that is my Whip Go project chosen by my friend Fawn. And it is 649 stitches complete. And the last project that I worked on was also my other Whip Go. Well, nope, I'll take that back. I worked on something else. My other Whip Go project, which was chosen by Melanie Watkins, the Soulful Stitcher. She's also the creator of Year of Whips. She is also the creator of Stitch 25 minutes. 25 minutes a day. There are other 25-minute, you know, stitch 25 minutes a day groups, but she started one also, Stitch 25 minutes a day. the Soulful Stitcher here on Flosstube also. She also has a Facebook group. So she chose Blue Rhapsody. And for those of you that are new here, I chose to stitch Blue Rhapsody in purple. And here's a picture of where it was when I last shared it. And here is where it is now. So I completed this second corner and went across, and now I have added in the first of the wings for the butterfly. I have put in 311 stitches on this project. I am stitching this on a 32 count Bayou, and I'm guessing that is, I don't know who it's by. It is a Zweigart fabric, but I don't know who it's by. It might be Atomic. No, not Atomic Ranch. Anyway, and I am using a dark purple Silks for You and an ultraviolet silk by Vicki Clayton. And that is what it looks like. So it's coming along nicely. I still have, you know, quite a bit to put in on it. I'll be working on it when I come back home. So I need to be taking these nerd shoots off of these projects because I'm going to need to take them with me. So that is Rhapsody in purple, Blue Rhapsody that I am doing in purple. And here is the Silk for You. I do not know what the actual number is for this. And it's showing up, yeah, it's really, really dark. It is showing up lighter than, because the light is shining on it. Oh, it is, the fabric is by Live and Die LA, and it is Bayou, a 32 count Lugana. So I have one more. I went to Keepsakes last weekend, and my friend Carolyn was there, Miss Susan's daughter. And I, as you know, stitch, I love snowmen. And so I was trying to come up with something to take with me. And so I suggested that maybe I would take my new start with me. And it is, it's Snow Time by Cottage Garden Samplings. And here's a picture of where it was when I last shared it. And here is where it is now. So what I have done is I learned a specialty stitch in order to stitch the snowman. This is called the, it is called, I have it in my phone. It's called the Byzantine stitch. And that is this here. So he will be stitched in the Byzantine stitch. So I am mixing it up with both cross stitches and specialty stitches. I was going to take him on my trip to Alaska. However, I don't know now that I'm going to take him. I have added and subtracted so many projects that, oh yeah, I'll take this. Yeah, I'm going to take that. No, I'm not taking that. But that is what the Byzantine stitch looks like. And I am truly enjoying it. So I need to do some more practicing of that stitch. So that I can become super comfortable with it. It is a great stitch. I've changed over. This is on a 20 count, one of a kind by Roxy Floss Co. that I picked up at Stitch North. And so I am really enjoying it. What I did is I am using Sulky 12 weight in order to do the Byzantine stitch, because you need a little thicker thread other than the DMC Blanc. So that is what I used to put in the Byzantine stitch. So I'm really, really, really enjoying that. It'll be fun to get back to that when I come back to doing some winter stitching. So those are my whips for the past 2 weeks. Yes. So now I am going to share with you, let me put this back in here. Maybe I should just... So now I'm going to share with you my investments in Stitchy Kindness. My friend Lynn X Stitches Creates went to a retreat with RATM, and again she was at Craft Gallery, and she knows how much I love snowmen, so she picked this up for me, and it's called Too Hot from the Snow Rose series, and there are several of them. So this is the Too Hot one, and then there's, you know, others, and then there are these down here at the bottom. So I'll have to find out what the other part of the series is from the Snow Rose series. So, thank you so very much, Lynn. I appreciate it. And then, she also gifted me this Blackberry Lane. Maybe Miss Connie Count Twice Stitch once sent me this. It's frosty blue. And it comes with the directions how to make it into that ornament. So that is super cute. And then I received both my, I just received my Floss Fix today. So if you do not want to see what is in there, please fast forward a couple of minutes. But the colors are Hayride, Hazelnut, Heather Lay, Heather Leah. Okay. Hickory sticks, holly berry, and honeycomb. And I received, I thought I already shared this, but I also received, it must have been right after my last video, July's week's dye works, which is grits, guacamole, gunmetal, Havana, hazelnut, and hibiscus. I'm having that, which I freaking hate gnats. I also received today, yesterday, my coloring cotton. So if you would like, if you want to be surprised with yours, please fast forward. I received a 32 count Belfast, and it is really being blown out. It is like a green gray. It is very, very light. I'm in the neutral club, and I don't know if I am going to be able to change this club, because I have a lot of neutrals. Somehow that's the club that I got into, and I have stuck with it. But this is, I really like this. It has a nice green, and I know you can't tell, pastel, but it doesn't look, it's gray, it's greenish gray, okay? It's called Graveyard Mist, so. And then the last thing that I did receive, I purchased 2 items from Athena at Stitching Goddess Designs, and she sent me, they all know, all my friends know, I'm a turtle, butterfly, frog person. So she sent me these great stickers, which I'll be putting in my calendar. And then she sent me, so I had put on my Olympic shirt, 46 count linen gold medalist. This thing is really big. I'll be able to wear it as a nightshirt. So thank you, Athena. You know I love it. I think I ordered the wrong size, but that's on me. And then for my trip, we were told, you know, it'd be better to layer up. So I purchased a hoodie, and it just says Stitch, and it is lavender. And so it will be traveling with me also. Which is awesome. It's nice and thick. So it's thickish. It's not too heavy. I'll be able to like put a shirt on up underneath it, and then if I get too warm, I'll be able to take that shirt, take this off, and have just my long sleeve shirt on. So please, 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 I know that she's about to come out with new things from Pandora's Box. Please go over and be sure to check out my friend Athena at Stitching Goddess Designs. She does have her own website, and quick turnaround on when you order shirts from her. Okay, So now, what am I taking with me on my trip? So I have decided that I'm really super close on Data Portraits in Paris. So it will be going with me. So that's one. Number two is going to be thistles, because I believe, and I tried it, Kate was saying, like, if you just start putting in diamonds, you could just put in diamonds. And that is what my plan of attack is going to be. I'm literally going to just go across and just start putting in the diamonds and see how far along I get with that. Yeah. So I have it all kitted up. And for me, you guys know I am not a kitter-upper. But I have spent the last few days getting things kitted and put into project bags. So that I will have a nice variety. That's the other thing about my stitching. Like, I need to have variety in my stitching. I can't just take one item and make it work for 12 days. The cruise is 7 days. I'm having a little layover before the cruise. So the next thing I'm going to be taking with me is, and again, I'm leaving in the morning and I'm still up in the air about what, I promise it's not hot. The next thing that I'll be taking is Half the Fun. I started this with Miss Sheila and Miss Margaret 2 years ago when we were on a Caribbean cruise together. And so I will be taking this to work on with them again. It is also on my year of whips, so I really need to get some good progress in on it. And then I'm going to take I lost my whole train of thought. I'm going to be taking bless me. I'm going to be taking Home of a Needleworker because it is ready for fill-in. So those are the 4 projects that I will be taking with me because I have them in various stages of being ready. Various stages of readiness in order to like fill in, or this will be good. I have a 2-hour layover in the airport, so you know I can stitch on something for 2 hours while I sit there and listen to my book. I'm super excited and ready for a nice long vacation. I've been going and going and going and going with hardly any break in between, so it'll be nice to get away for a little while. I hope you all are doing well. I know that school is getting ready to be back in session, so I hope you all are getting prepared for that, and that you are, I don't know, looking forward to a new school year maybe. I don't have little kids anymore, so it just is another thing for me. And it seems as though right now the heat has broken, at least here in Columbus. So that's been a nice change of weather. Speaking of weather, I know that it has been a minute and I will be working on my temperature turtles when I come back. I'm not taking it with me. It's to stop and start. I probably could take it with me. To start and stop. You know, start here, stop, start, start, stop, start, start, start. But I don't know. Maybe. You'll know after I get back, because that'll be the next time that I will be uploading my next video when I get back. I'm due to be back on the 25th. So you should see another video from me on the 26th or so. I hope you all are taking good care of yourselves, drinking plenty of water, and being kind to one another. I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye, everyone.